Yeah,
all
it's hard
that
to get in
space.
that door. You
But
know,
it's like the one thing that even with y'all with the music, like it's hard to gauge where you're at in this area. Whereas you take what you're doing here, take it down the road. Oh, bro, you're killing it. Like people going
I
crazy.
went to Oklahoma and played like 3 shows, 4 shows in Oklahoma. Boy, that shit was fucking wild, bumping, boy,
That's
bumping.
what I'm saying. Like I've been to Minnesota, I've been to other places, and like here, like people like
Yeah, they don't know how
up
to
there.
appreciate what it is.
Yeah,
That's
yeah, yeah.
yeah.
And but that goes to what Luke was saying, right? Because I'll come across an artist like him, and for me, I can appreciate that he's not another robot, another cog in the machine. So when I know he's in the building, oh, lituation, we go turn up. We go
yeah,
this
cause
this gonna be different now.
No, that's how
right,
I try to keep it
right.
too. Exactly that exact same energy. That's why me
Yeah.
are very we brothers out here because we bring a different. When we in the room and people know us, they know what's coming. They know something else is good because we ain't that artist. We ain't the typical like
Yeah, yeah.
we have definitely different inspirations and like shit you wouldn't even believe. You could tell me what my inspirations are. I could guarantee you you're wrong. Like you know what I'm saying. I'm like
Yeah.
on some different left wild left and like actual like rock and classic actual music like inspirations on writing styles and shit like that. But whenever I perform my art, I get more of like heavy metal, like live and like more rough vocals and stuff like that. And so whenever people see it, they know shit's about to turn up. Just like Loot.
Yeah.
Loot is a different artist. Just like with the main squeeze song, whenever he pulls that shit out of his pocket, whenever because people will get very energized to that Loot shows. But whenever he pulls out like something like main squeeze, boy, you don't even know what to do. You're just like, bro,
For
this guy just
real.
had us bopping. Now we singing along to this shit. This is our first time ever hearing this shit. Literally.
Thank you, man. That means a lot, dude.
Yeah. And that's
For
what I try.
real.
I almost am trying to do that with like easy hooks and shit like that. That just
Yeah.
resonates in your head a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Easily.
Right, right. Because you know what, man? The way I've looked at it, it's like this. You break it down to uh just making it about songwriting, It's like, so what is a song? It's a song that's written, right? It's like when you don't look at it like a genre anymore, it just makes you look at it like an
Well,
open
like art,
sea of
you catch a
things.
feeling when you see a picture. You know what I'm saying? And like
Right.
the best songs that you like the most, you're listening and you're feeling a certain type of way. If it's good, bad, or anything in the middle. You know what I'm saying? And so that's as songwriters, our job is to make someone feel something, and
No, but
like that's
listen,
something
y'all.
that people don't. I'm not even gonna lie. Everyone's just it's a rat race right now to see who's got what and who's got this or that. But really, we've lost the touch and the feeling of the artist catching their heart on the track and then displaying it for the listener to just to interpret. You know what I'm saying?
No,
Yeah.
but
Lost it.
no, but that's what it is. Listen, like I think with what y'all did, because I heard your Lost Boys, yo, like I was telling you, Highway, I rock with that. I rock with that. Loot already know that's my energy too. But with your album, right? But what I think that y'all catching, at least what I'm hearing, is that y'all understand that y'all doing this for the audience as well. Like this goes beyond just you in your room rapping, trying to hear yourself. Now you realize, hey, I gotta be able to take this in front of people and have them feel me. So,
Yeah.
that's where I think y'all transcend, and that's where I think your value is. Beyond just having the courage to do it and stay true to yourself and be different, but to also challenge yourself to go, not only do I know I'm different and I'm dope, now let me package it. So when I get in front of people, they go feel this. Because that's the
Right.
point of it. Let's be real. That's the point.
Right, right. Because your content's in its rawest form. Like you just told me earlier in the chat. It's like I love the metaphor that you use. You said sometimes you gotta put the medicine in the candy, bro.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
everybody's gonna want to hear the straightforward, hard truths about life. That's why comedy's so genius.
Listen, life is already hitting us with that. You know, like all the struggles, all the conflicts. I mean, look at the way society is, even our community, the cost of living. Like, it's already hitting us. So, like for with comedy, right?
Right.
Like, and here's the thing, right? People go to a comedy club. Think about this. They're there to laugh. They're there to have a good time. Now imagine you going through some shit and you got to get on stage, but give them that positive energy. Believe it or not, I've been there, and I get on stage, and it's crazy how it works, because as you're giving them that energy, believe it or not, you're giving it to yourself too. So once you're getting off the stage, like you could breathe. You know what I'm saying? Like this is your release right here. And these people, by giving you that energy back, it means so much more, right? Because y'all know how it is. You go home, you can't sleep.
Oh yeah, right.
You
No,
can't
if you ain't did the
sleep.
way you want it to, no, and that's why you gotta bring it all. Just bring it all. Just display your heart out there. And if, hey, at the end of the day, if they, because it's art anyway, there's gonna be people
Yeah.
not feeling you. There's gonna be people that are like, oh, that wasn't it. It's fine.
Exactly. And that
It's
shouldn't
fine.
stop you.
It's not about that. It's about the next person. And most of the time, I have 4 to 5, 6, 7, 8, depending on the show. I always have someone coming up and be like, bro, that one song that you fucking said, like something about the ocean and shit like that. That shit fucking hit me super hard. Cause I just remember being in the ocean and me doing that same shit that you were talking about, type shit. But we Florida boys, and that's why I'm trying to fucking display, our
No, but
art,
check this
but
out.
also shit that y'all can relate to, and like as a listener and shit like that.
No,
Right.
no,
And
but check this out.
yeah.
Here's the other thing, right? Just to add on to what you were saying, like, not only are you like you said, right? You're not worried about that person that's not feeling you, but if that person could at least remember you,
They felt something. They felt something.
listen, that's a win. That's a win. That's a win. I'll take that in the win column. Like
No.
maybe you ain't like the joke, but I saw you go, that's a win.
Got him. Got
That's a
him.
win.
Right.
However you want to take it, that's a win. But
Right.
that's what y'all do too.
Well, comedy is
Right.
such a because you have to play the crowd. You have to play the crowd for comedy. Like for music, you can have if you have good enough art, let your shit just spit. Fuck what everyone else says. But as a comedy, you have to feed off the crowd what they are fucking. You know what I'm saying? Because even if they give you like a or like a or like a sigh or something, you're playing them. They're working with you. You know what I'm saying? And you got them.
Right.
That's a whole nother field. You have to play with the crowd.
Right. That's the realest thing I ever heard somebody tell me is that when it comes to a crowd, it's three parts to it. There's you, the music, and then the crowd, and you're connecting those three things together. And I was like, man, that's true. And I sat there and thought about it. I'm like, man, I need to think a little bit about the audience, not too much to where I dilute my art, but also think about the connection, and that connection starts with yourself. When you have that connection with yourself, it's almost like a metaphor for life. You have that connection with yourself. When you have that thing going, it's going to resonate with someone. It may not be right now. It may not be right then and there. Someone's going to resonate with that. You put those frequencies out. That's why I say, no matter what, put the art out, because you never know who it's going to hit.
Well, listen, I watched a Beatles documentary. I forgot which one it was, but they were interviewing John Lennon, right? And they were asking, because remember early Beatles, they were doing covers, and they were like pop. They were pop before they blossomed into themselves. They were pop. They were all dressed like a quartet and all of that. So they asked John Lennon, like, do you ever regret doing that? He said no, because at that moment, the point, the point of them doing the music and the art, it was to get in front of people and get people to listen to them. If that's what it took at that point for them to be able to get on stage and get in front of an audience, it was part of their development. By the time they get to Sergeant Pepper's, band, that album, by that time they already established. Now they can go off on their own. But it's like a sacrifice, dude. It's a sacrifice.
Right, right. Because you know what? That's so true. Like, it's funny you say that, because one of my boys, Matt Cott, what's up, man? You know what I'm saying? He's a bass player, and he said it like that. He's like, yeah. He said like those later albums is where the real Beatles were. You know what I mean? And I'm like, that's where it is. Sometimes, you gotta, they call it playing the game, which some people don't even have to play the game, but it's like you're making music or making art that's palatable and relatable. It's like this. You can't hit somebody with deep conversation from the beginning unless they really like that. But you kind of sometimes have to break the ice a little bit. You know what I mean?
Read the room.
Yeah, read the rooms. Maybe have something a little more general or something that's a little more, a little more whichever, then get a feel for it. If they deal with it, maybe then you can kind of go a little deeper into the subjects and things like that. It's just one of those things where, it's like you build rapport with your audience because no one knows what they're going to get once you come on stage if they've never seen you before. You know what I mean?
Man, but there has to be a goal, right? Like when I started working with Dariel with Ghost, here was the goal, right? It was to produce a quality, commercially viable project. That was the goal. It wasn't what I like. It wasn't what he likes. It wasn't what people were gassing up to do. Nah, dude, I was like, listen, I'm thinking big, huge. Like, forget. Let's not lock ourselves into the local scene because then you're only writing for the local scene. I'm telling him, let's write for your people in Bolivia. Let's write for my people in Nicaragua. Let's write for people in Spain, in Africa, China, Russia. Let's go all over the world with this. And that's why we were in the studio, 14 months? But the record is fire, top to bottom. Like if you knew Spanish and you listened to what we wrote, man, listen. Like that was the goal, a commercially viable record. Look at the album cover. Like the album cover was, listen, I paid Cloud Kent to do that album cover. Like that album cover took like 8 months to develop. It started with a whole nother idea to this, to that, to this, to one day, like he showed me that picture and it just caught my attention and I was like, that's it. And he's like, no, I want this. I was like, no, my brother, listen, that's it. Like when you put a kid in front of an audience, come on.
Yeah,
come
man.
on. The kid looks happy. The kid, it's appealable.
Yeah.
Not only that, think about this. Ready to Die, Illmatic.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
Right. Carter 5.
Nirvana's what was Nirvana's oh my god.
Nevermind. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
But that's me going in the studio with him and going, listen, you focus on the art. You focus on your talent. Let me handle promo, marketing, management, production. Let me do that. That's what I'm here for. Like, and I understand that as musicians, you need that because when I was doing music, I didn't have that. It wasn't until later on in life I realized what I needed. But by then, man, I'm too old for this shit, dog. But then I love it so much that, I see, well, Loot, I've seen him around. I haven't seen you around yet, but I'm already in tune with Lost Boys is dope. I fuck with it.
Yeah, my next album, actually, I was going to actually talk about that a little bit too, because you were saying a little bit more marketable, because my next project is actually more alternative sounding. Like if you listen to that song, Diamonds on My Chest, that kind of has a more singy, like, rhythmic vibe than, because I'm more of a rapper personally, but I've been developing my singing voice and shit like that. But my next project is called War of the Roses, and that project is literally all alternative sounding and all completely. Anyone that's heard any of my music, seen me, I've been making music since 2014. Like anyone that's literally heard any of my shit, it's completely a far off. I went far left than what I'm normally, like a more marketable sound, and I didn't cuss really at all in this album. Like this is more like you could put this on the radio type deal. And I'm actually I'm trying to figure out more promotional wise. I'm actually Not I'm gonna lie, I'm trying to talk to like the club. I want to talk to whoever's in charge to like the strip clubs. I'm not gonna lie. I'm trying to send some of this music out and be like, yo, I don't even want a cent. Just play it in the lobby of this shit. I don't give a fuck.
I feel that.